For the reset, someone else had the grenades along with automatic, and there's no P250 this time, so that's interesting. Okay, so perhaps people bought the wrong grenades. Maybe that was why they had to reset it. Anyway, we'll see what they have to offer. All Glocks on deck here for Gen.G. Flashbangs are up, and Calyx will destroy some top banana.
Yeah, Calyx has been doing a lot of destroying, I've got to say. And once again, pistols looking great for Envious. Gen.G have not had success here, and they are getting shot in the face again and again and again and again. Kusta. He's also going to get shot in the face. Nifty with one on him, and that's going to be Envious again with these good starts, man. They're always getting those pistol victories, always starting off with a better economy. Gen.G did not get a bomb down, and we saw that they like to go for a full save when they're in that situation.
So satisfying to pop heads of a USP. For those of you at home, pistol DM is a great way to warm up. You should definitely look for pistol servers for those pinpoint shots. Gen.G once again, not going to go for that force buy. They've got a flashbang to pop flash something on Kusta. It's currently in his hand. You can see his gun is sticking out because he is holding that flashbang. Suggestion from Anders, so you can see executes as they're being lined up from teams more clearly. Double UMP, double MP9 for NV. UMP not as fashionable as it used to be following its nerf. Very slow to reload as well. A lot of flashbangs here for NV, so maybe we'll see some more aggression from them. But speaking of aggression, they've taken all of Banana.
Yeah, those initial incendiaries basically stop the Ts from having any position whatsoever, and especially in a round like this where they don't have anything to begin with, there's nothing that they can do to stop it. So you can see Envy just get free deep banana control, and they're pretty happy with this, and they're going to have a 2-3 setup. They don't need to play 1-4, which you would often see on a, as a result of having deep banana control, namely because you'd really want an AWPer and that, in that spot, and they don't have one of those, but also because they know pistols are coming. And look at this, the SMG is so deadly against the pistols. It is a wipeout. There's really nothing that Gen.G could have done. And they know that, James. They have already surrendered to the inevitability of that last round. They went for a full save. They had one flashbang. They know they're going to get blasted.
Bonus money for the MP9 frags there. On rare occasion, you'll see an ecoing team choose to die in a Molotov so as not to give huge money away to weapons of bonus kill money, like shotguns and SMGs and the like. Well, the SMGs. But anyway, 2-0. The AKs are out, as are the Kriegs. Very light on grenades, so we're talking dry peaks here for Gen.G, more or less. Bentet holding a flashbang. Gen.G being forced away by the flames by a better equipped team, Envy. Now, the stair entrance to T Apartments is a common lineup where you could pop a flashbang to retake Banana later on. So we'll see if that comes into play. Now, at this point, Gen.G have no map control. They have 2 flashbangs. No Molotovs, 1 smoke.
Oof, this is rough. They're going to go for the challenge from Banana. 2 men there to try to defend this, and they will get taken down by better guns. Oof, there's a nice response though. Just going for the top mid aggression, but who has a better response? It is Kusta.
Shut it down
with the triple kill. Lovely stuff.
That's one way to make up for a lack of grenade stand.
Yeah.
Blast everybody in the face. And that certainly helps out Gen.G there, winning both duels on Banana. And of course, they pretty much came into that round expecting this to be the way that round had to play out because they didn't really have much other choice. And that was very successful. And that's a good confidence play as well. Okay, guys, let's prioritize the rifles. Never mind the utility. We'll buy a few flashbangs here or there. We're better than them. Let's shoot them in the face. They did exactly that. That's their first round win. It's a great way to start things.
It's also really important to not allow the other team to have banana control. Just if they go for those deep smokes, get the flash through there. Like, don't allow them to think that you're just going to give it up every time they smoke it, because then they can reliably know that your next move is top mid. So don't give them that information. Go for the challenges every so often. Got a nice challenge here from Mihu. Takes a few bullets, but he gets there. He gets there in the end. And that's 1 kill. I don't think the gun is recoverable, but it's a 4v4 now, thanks to Bentet finding Nifty running around at top mid. And the B play will come through eventually, it would seem. A bit dangerous here. Calyx there ready with the deagle as his leggy. Yeah,
a bit of baiting going on, but it hasn't worked out. Gen.G move in very quickly. They move in a team. And only Daps has been lost thus far. Kusta may be looking to protect this weapon a little bit. Keep an eye on rotations as well. Not concentrating too much on that, but as you can see, the gun's been collected by Mihu. He knows that. He'll take out Ryan. He knows exactly where the last player isn't, i.e. to his left. He knows he's to his right somewhere. And he will look to eliminate him. And his teammates will rotate to do the same. Spray through the corner, but it's a clean shot to finish off Mihu. Some bonus shots as well, just for the BM, which is always good. A bit of plus left, and we're good to go.
Yeah, that's good to see from Kusta. You can see, you know, the cogs turning there in his mind. As James mentioned, he knows that the play from the opponents, like, he knows that they know that the Krieg is down in the ult mid. He knows he has to protect that gun. He knows he's got to find a good position, good timings, and good stuff there to make it efficient. And back into the buy we go for Envy. So what are they going to do here? 3-man opening on Banana, looking to make sure they get Banana control. Oh, Nifty, he's got a smoke to work with, a little gap. This is very dangerous. Flashbang goes through, forces Nifty back. No one lost for Gen.G. Will they go for a retake of Banana a little bit later? We'll have to see.
Arch smoked off very quickly indeed. Double smoked, I think. Maybe one by either side. Ryan now on the balcony trying to do what he can. He's going to get absolutely deleted. Mihu's in a lot of trouble now. All the reinforcements have been deleted. Nifty and Calix now, their choices have been taken away. Gen.G storming the A bomb site as if it was train, which they did repeatedly, and that's a wrap.
That's really cool to see because, you know, you feel like what they're doing there is they're actually trying to... Again, I don't know how much info they have on Envy, and I don't imagine Envy are ever going to go for this right now. Indeed. So I don't know how much information they have on Envious, but if they understand that Envious often have these setups where they kind of try to bait you to kind of fight for Banana, but they really have 3 players there, then making it look like they're going to fight for Banana will keep 3 players towards B for longer, which creates a window where they can get a timing attack on A, whereby they're going to have like effectively a 5v2, maybe a 5v3, where the 3rd player is kind of out of position. And that's kind of what happened. You see the pace there, the urgency? They know that they can do that because the setup's going to be weaker because the Team Envy started with 3 on Banana. So that's a great call from Daps. Just shows great understanding of the map.
Now, I do wonder if Gen.G are going to keep up this kind of play if they can, until Envy give them a reason not to. If you can't stop the brute force attacks, why would we bother doing anything else? Absolutely savage from Gen.G. Now, I love a hero AWP round on the CT side of Inferno. It's up to Nifty to try and kill everyone, essentially. So let's see how they use the rifles. We've got Calix being left alone towards the B bomb site. Nifty's going to get boosted for the peek down towards T-Ramp. He's fallen off, though. Guardian used to do that back in the phase days pretty handily. Maybe we'll see that with Dig as well. Has a quick look. Nothing doing, though. Gen.G know they need to identify the location of these weapons. There it is. Nifty spotted in apartments. Where's his next pick? Well, it's automatic apparently. And automatic is ready and waiting and very much willing. Ryan picks up the AWP. So maybe that will start again. A boost over the smoke. That won't work either. And the harassment will continue. Leggy is deleted. And now it's Save Simulator 2020 Pandemic Edition. Calix and Ryan trying to hold on to what they have, but that's not going to work either. And now it's just Calix. He's in CT spawn. And there's 1 minute for him to try and hold on to what he has. Aggression, sometimes the best form of defense, as Manchester United might say. So we'll see what he can do, what he can collect. A Krieg, Bentet already on the B bomb site. The bomb's not planted yet, so Calix has to assume that he will be hunted, and he probably is surrounded. Dap's about to plant the bomb. You can see automatic has an angle. Now, will Calix walk straight into this? He will, straight in the face, of course. 4-2 for Gen.G.
And it's not just 4-2, but if you compare this to Train, it's just so different. Like it's been crushing. It's been a snowball story for Gen.G against Team Envious. And it's going to be tough to come back because we have a great amount of confidence with the bank is growing. And that momentum is really felt by Gen.G. And the calls from Daps, they've been great. Like, that's a big part of it. Daps has been making solid calls here. We talked about some of the reasons why. Let's see if anything will change here. Envy, likely, I would hope we're going to see a top Banana retake. There's a smoke that you can throw, and then the molly as well for the retake. It looks like they are lining up some nades here to try to punish the T's as they take top Banana, get the HE damage. Doesn't work out. And it's that instead they're not going to go for a retake here, as that smoke indicates. Good damage from Bentet through the smoke.
Those tracers from Legia were worrying me. Moves to the coffin position for the pop flash, but will his teammate get into position for it? I think Calix was considering it. But now there's a T-Smoke up in a very bad position for him to go for that play. So that's kind of thwarted the ideas of Envy on the B-bomb side. Over towards A, Nifty is naked with the AWP. No Kevlar for him. Flashed away from that short position. Gen.G now with 4. So again, the timing of that smoke was so useful because a pop flash from Envy could have been so useful here. But now they are at the mercy of their opponents. The grenades come in too late. Legia holding a grenade, but his teammate is gone. Sees multiple numbers now. What does Legia do? It goes through the smoke, doesn't get anything, and surely that round's over once again.
Yeah, if I was going to show you like one thing that was really just, let's say the fatal position that Envy were in just before the fatal strike was made, you can see that the way that Gen.G had a timing in this round was they managed to take Banana away. Obviously, we saw that dynamic playing out, and effectively when the CTs smoke as they did, I think we saw Legia throw the smoke on the choke point, and then kind of get tagged up by Bentet and fall back onto the site. At that point, they're not going for a top Banana retake, obviously, if they drop that smoke. So you have Banana control. And also at that point, Team Envy had no control on top mid at all. They had no eyes around top mid. So there's this window where Envy have no idea what Gen.G are doing, and Gen.G got to hit the B-bomb site before Envy got any info top mid, meaning that Envy had 3 players still on the A site as the B push was coming in. So at that point, you just lost positionally. The 2 players on the B-bomb site have to have a huge overperformance in the defense, but you can see that Gen.G have a really nice execution and good coordination in, so there's just nothing you can do about that. So Envy need to fight harder for information to prevent Daps from just running over them like this.
Well, here is the difference. Nifty holding the angle now. Got Kevlar with the AWP this time. And there is ruthless aggression. Being attempted by Envy, but being denied by Gen.G once again. They got 3 players, and they look comfortable dealing with this. Daps on T-Ramp get traded by Nifty up top mid, but doesn't have much in the name of help. Able to deploy the smoke grenade. Every round just feels so desperate for Envy at the moment. Gen.G looking real dangerous, but Legia, oh, that flashbang, he's eaten that and then some. All the calories straight in the face. Gen.G now 3 versus 2. They take control of the B-bomb site. Smokes towards Coffin, smokes towards CT as well. Automatic in control of Banana. Nifty trying to make some shots through that Coffin position, but there is an elevated plant which helps you avoid those spray downs and those shots through the Coffin.
Yeah, just the 2 smokes just really don't give Nifty options, and it's more valuable, to keep the AWP alive. He's going to get more spots to work this AWP from in future rounds. And he also gets the option to drop for a teammate by keeping the AWP in his hands. So there's just so much value in just going for that save. And once again, it was a cool little push from Envy. They did quite a lot of damage, and they did put Gen.G in some awkward positions. But ultimately, another round going the way of Gen.G. And as I mentioned previously, again, it would be really cool to see either Envy having a better way to control Banana or to a really solid way to play the retake. And that retake meta, I think, is going to be pretty huge. I think Sean actually released a video of how Astralis actually do it. So if you're wondering what I'm talking about, shout out to Sean Gares. Go check out his YouTube or his Twitter where he posted a video on that.
It's a pretty big video.
And yeah, you'll see that in detail, basically. And then some, obviously. And the whole point is just that if a team has, Banana is the easiest information for CTs to be able to have if you can take it. But if you lose that tactical battle, you're just playing in the dark so much. It means you have to be more aggressive on your top mid element of your game. And if you're going to be giving up bananas very frequently. And the problem for Envy is that in spots where they don't have banana control, there's this lag in them getting top mid control or having eyes on that. And that's Gen.G's plan ultimately. Just deny them from having the information.
And away they go once again. Envy have a broken pipe and the room is filling with water at the moment. It's not too late to turn things around though. They really need to find a way to plug this giant hole. And just look at the confidence from Gen.G, taking absolute liberty, stopping, fully unleashed, but Rhino catch him off guard, along with Legia, trying to turn things around now. Bakusta will find a way to break something of Envy's. 3 versus 4 for Gen.G. Just looking for rapid harassment at the beginning of each round, not allowing Envy to have any comfort. And this will encourage them to dump grenades early as well. They've got the money to afford a loss here or there, Gen.G, and it may be worth it in the long run, just so Envy can't play their game.
And we'll see that's last effort on B here. Envy don't want to go for info in a 2v2, so here we go. Kusa gets the first entry. The last player spotted. Calix is in so much trouble. He's got to deliver here. There is that. Oh, that's beautiful from Calix. He might just do everything by himself. He will. Great triple kill from him. That's really going to make things feel pretty awkward for Gen.G. After that first opener from Kusa, where he gets that entry, you feel like it's guaranteed, but it doesn't work out for them. And you know what? They gambled to go for a faster timing attack top mid, expecting Envy to start 3B. Also didn't work out for them. They were wrong. Envy did not go for that opening. So Daps, maybe he's not in the head of Envious as quite as he was.
The psychological warfare will continue, but maybe with just one Krieg on the CT side. I was going to say with two, that might make a hell of a difference, but maybe one will be enough. miHyu taking plenty of grenade damage, as will Daps and Automatic. An initial exchange, and it's Gen.G's luxury to change the pace as they see fit. No early aggression this time up towards top mid, and Legia will proactively rotate towards the B bomb site, maybe to deploy some grenades to leave them with the grenades for the late game. Nifty up in mid, taking out Automatic, and there's no response. We've got a creeper in Boiler in Kusta, but he's unable to do anything about it.
Yeah, Kusta's been apps luck for Gen.G, and he can at least keep presence, keep the information game alive. He can keep tabs on how much info Envy have, because right now Arch is smoked, so he knows that they can't see anything from top mid from Arch side. And if they make maneuvers around lane or apartments, he should be able to get that information. So that means that Gen.G have this idea as to what Envy know or do not know right now, as Envy do not have banana control. You can see they're paranoid about this. They have no control banana, they have no control top mid. They do have Nifty though, hit AWP shots.
With the bomb in sight as well. 40 seconds on the clock. Does that rotate the third player back? I mean, there's plenty of time for that bomb to go back towards the B bomb site. And in fact, there's no activity from Envy. They'll keep 3 players towards B, which is where the bomb is headed. So that's the gamble they are taking, Envy. Reading that Gen.G will likely go to the B bomb site. And it's just dry peaks, arid peaks, man. No water in sight. Legia playing anti-flash. The spray is so off, though. Calix now delivering once again. And it's Kusta versus 5 in the smoke to be finished off by miHyu. Everybody's alive for Envy. They're on a comeback trail.
Yeah, love that gamble from Envy. Sticking those 3 on B, playing 2 on A, really worked out nicely. It's a cool way to play an advantage. One dynamic, if you do have a man or 2 to the goods against your opponent, you don't have to play for info as much, as you have already the advantage in just the sheer amount of players. So really, that was very well played by Envious. And if they can keep that up, we've got a real comeback coming in from them now. They're looking like they're going to break Gen.G. Gen.G have this last buy. So we'll see if Envy can complete it and force the eco.
Not too shabby a HE over the half wall from the T side, but Calix, he's delivering on the B bomb site, but he has been exploded into little pieces. 4 versus 4 early, 1 minute 30. A war of attrition now between Gen.G and Envy in round 11. 2 players per site for Envy. Cruiser creeping once again in the apartments. Kind of quietly moving away. So Gen.G going to change the timing once again and try to brute force the B bomb site, it seems. They'll deliver 1 grenade, maybe to invite a response with grenades from Envy, and there is one. Only Nifty has a Molotov left, but he's on the A bomb site. There are pop flashes, but again, only on miHyu, and here come the grenades. miHyu now forced forward, forced into the open. Leg is there to trade, but he's in trouble. He's 1 versus 3 now, and he won't last very long.
Yeah, it's a good site take by Gen.G, and Envy, they really want to go for this. They're carrying quite a lot in their hands. They do have good bank at the moment. It's one of those spots where if Nifty picks up a kill here, maybe they go for it. But if he doesn't find anything in the next 5 seconds or so, then they can just abandon it. And already it's being abandoned. And this is one of those spots where it's that classic spot when you're on the CT side. It's like a 4v4 type situation. It's pretty predictable how CT sides will actually play that. But one thing I think that was really cool that Envious did here is on the A side, they did something unusual, which is they actually just took 2 players into the apartments and just, so they can play retake from apartments if Gen.G was to play, push into the A bomb site. It also gives you some extra information as to, it's a slightly forward position. Gen.G were going for that A attack. It's somewhat likely they could have somebody coming from apps, so it would be a tell. But ultimately, it's a very hard spot, James. You're always going to be 2 players against more than 2, so it's always tough.
7-4 for Gen.G. Envy leaning to the double AWPs again. I think for the first time in this half, in this game of Inferno.
Yeah.
Again, Gen.G currently 100% on Inferno in the last 3 months. So Legia will pick up this second AWP. Now, how does this change the approach? We've got Nifty towards the... Actually, both AWPs. Sorry, no. Nifty's towards B, Legia towards A. Again, it might be spawn-based. Legia looking towards second mid. He might be engaging Daps in a second. But in the meantime, we've got more grenades on Banana. Daps looks to move into the apartments instead. Still an exchange of grenades. Bentet now creeping around the smoke as there's more fire coming from Envy. Big flashbangs as well. And everyone manages to escape almost unscathed. More counter flashes. Envy had to dump so many grenades just to fight for Banana, but there's a minute on the clock now. The aggression just keeps coming from Gen.G. The only key on the keyboard is W, Dan.
Yeah, and there's no threat of a retake here as well because, as you said, Envy dumped so much trying to hold on to it. And Gen.G, they were patient. They were like, we're going to let you just trickle your nades in, then we're going to go for one huge burst, which is more efficient. And Automatic's got that front side smoke to play off with as he pushes forwards here. And it's looking really constricted right now for Envy. They're in trouble. Kuso with the lurk kill towards top mid at the same time. It only gets worse for Envy as they try to hold on to this, to whatever they have at this point. They're getting attacked everywhere. How can they even read the situation? There's still multiple players that they've spotted around top mid. That's still not Kusta. And Automatic, meanwhile, gets the kill onto Nifty. So that B bomb site's under attack. Everyone's getting wiped out. It doesn't matter where they are, James. It doesn't matter.
That's just the worst thing, when the T's are attacking everywhere at the same time. And they're getting all the kills as well. Kusta keeping him honest, taking Mihu out while Som was peeking into the B bomb site. And even then, they only saw Som. Som was the only person who was that deep, peeking over the barrels once that smoke was up. Such a great smoke as well. If you're confident no one's playing CT, just to obscure the position from coffins, which is very strong, obviously, for the CT side, to allow you to creep towards the site. Obviously, if you try to take the site itself, then that smoke can be a problem because it's similar smoke that the CTs might drop. And there's the final kill from Kusta. 8-4. Gen.G looking extremely strong. They've got 8 rounds from the last 10, and that might be why Envy have just taken a timeout. Yeah,
absolutely. And I got to point out, Daps may be 1 for 8 right now, but he is lifting so much weight in the terms of like the calling that he's doing on this map. The mid-round calling and also how you call the beginning of the round is like so extremely important. And he's been making a lot of good calls in the sense of how are they going to approach Banana at the beginning of the round, reading the kinds of setups that Envious are throwing at them, and trying to kind of predict what is the next setup they're going to throw at us. What can I call to make us have the best chances to exploit the weaknesses that will be left open by those calls from Envy. And I think he's been generally doing a good job at that. And I think, one of the things I was mentioning is, what is Envious's tactical look on Banana? And so far it hasn't been good enough. I think the last round was a really good example of that.
Psychological warfare is what we are witnessing in this first half. Double AWPs out once again. Have not had the success that they had on Train. This might be a crutch for an Envy team playing with a stand-in. That crutch is not really keeping things stable at the moment. See Mihu buy the half wall. Another 3-man investment towards the B bomb site from Envy. And again, maybe a slight change of pace from Gen.G, keeping their opponent guessing. Envy mostly with flashes and smoke grenades here. Molotov is out for Nifty. He's creeping up that lane position once again. Mihu, he's miles away. But we've got plenty of trades here, so 3 versus 3 make it 2. Nifty moving away. I don't know if he saw Automatic by T-Ramp with the bomb in tow. Maybe on the radar, maybe not. Ryan now trying to keep things controlled on the A bomb site, but Bentet has better pacing.
Oh, for sure, yeah, in that position too. Nifty's got the gun for the job. Bentet may feel really confident having that Krieg in this position, but the AWP is the way to counter it. Nifty is all on him at this point. Alex is coming through with another AWP, slowly but surely from top mid from lane, but now the bomb has made its way onto the bomb site. We'll get the Vino plant as well. So it's going to be hard to close distance with these AWPs, especially with the smoke down there on Moto, on Little Pit. It's going to be tough for Nifty to push forwards. I don't know how they're going to do this right now. If Gen.G play this by the book, they are definitely in a lot of problems. Now it's just down to Calyx. That's where Automatic is. They know there's a guy in pit 2 and he can't find the angle. Automatic just simply has a better angle and they will close it down. 9-4 now in favor of Gen.G.
That smoke towards Moto is so important to obscure Nifty's vision. If he's got clear vision there, then he knows that no one can cross to the pit unless they go into his crosshairs. Bentet, again, he was just close enough to punish the grenade throw, essentially. An automatic with the superior angle, because Calix was closer to the corner of the wall, so he had the worst view of that. And he was punished for such a position. Envy now on pistols, having a nightmare on the CT side, just as Gen.G did in the first game of Train. Maybe we won't see Mirage after all. Benta is exploded into bits and bobs, hundreds and thousands. Sprinkles.
Aggressive apartment setup with the pistols, though. And in a 44, you know, there is a world where maybe they can get some value here. They're stacking 3 towards the A site. And I have to say, there's been a general trend here that Gen.G just go B in these situations where Envy have 4 players. It's been pretty consistent, and they'll often have Kusa lurking. So this might be specifically designed to try to kill Kusa and steal the Krieg, having so many players towards this position. And Kusa, he's just been consistent. Oh my goodness, so consistent. He is 14 for 8 right now. He's leading the way in terms of fragging for Gen.G. They can't get anything done here. Envy, they are struggling so desperately. We thought the round was going to end on B, or at least I did. But they will switch it up towards the A bomb site.
Okay, gets there in the end. See what Calix can do. Not much apparently, because Kusta will deny him. Krieg power. Gen.G 10 now to the 4 of Team Envy, where success will feel like a distant memory for them. It's been 4 rounds in a row now for Gen.G. Maybe it'll be a relief that this half is soon to come to a close for Team Envy. They will have the M4s out and the AWP onto Nifty. Everybody suited up. Plenty of grenades as well, but what can they do to stop this Gen.G train? It doesn't seem to have any breaks in this vacuum. Automatic will be leaving with the AWP as well. Simple grenade in towards Banana. We got the classic boost over the smoke for Nifty. Just about gets there to take out Som. He's been a danger. 11 for 9 at the moment. It's a big frag to get for Nifty.
It looks kind of like they wanted to try to charge him down a bit, but obviously the utility tossed by Envy will keep Nifty safe and really deny that option. However, Kusta has a forward position in the apartments. There's such a big defense here. 4 players on the A bomb site because Envy have banana control. So that allows them to have 4 players on A, and Legia, he's only got the M4 here. So I think they threw a flashbang. That's what you're supposed to do to force the CT back, but Legia goes forwards. That's a great catch from Automatic. They're forced into the A play, James. It's not looking good so far. It's just down to Daps.
Legia with going for the biggest 180 of all time. Couldn't quite get there though. And now Daps in a 1 versus 3, he's made it 2. He's got no grenades for the cross. Just has to race over there. Nifty with the AWP. He must have seen him. I'm not 100% sure. But he's creeping forward. Not going to wait for Ryan just yet. Going to hold a grenade. A grenade hold an angle. So I think he does know exactly where Daps is. Probably realizes that he's not in a dark spot. He's stuck in construction. And Ryan is on the way, choosing to smoke off 1/2 of the ruins. Daps starting to creep now, but there's the final shot. A much needed 5th round for Envy as we approach half-time.
Absolutely. It's going to be very interesting to see if Envy can find some legs on their T side and do a better job, just as Gen.G did in the first map. We'll find out very shortly. Stay with us. Time for a quick break.
Los Angeles, and with great music to boot, Gen.G moves to the CT side with 10 rounds on the board. We'll see what they will choose to buy. If it'll be all Kevlar, or maybe we'll see a smoke and a kit, as Daps would often like to pick up. This time, though, it is Kevlar for him. Envy now have a lot to do. They've got Ryan and Calix, both with smokes and diffuse kits. What am I talking about? Smokes and flashbangs, excuse me. And big odds from Pinnacle Esports, almost 7. Just teasing us with a 0.99 there. We'll see if they can reduce those odds as this game continues.
Well, Envy, they do have so much success so far in pistols in this series. We'll see if that continues here. Mihu's ready and waiting for this mid push. And Daps with that peek is looking fine. Ooh, if he's got one himself, they are looking to push this. Great flashback. Oh my god, it's devastation. It's up to automatic in the 1v2. He's gonna... Are they gonna go through CT? Ooh, Legia might have a forward position here. Did the automatic hear him? He did not. That's an off angle and a half right there. Automatic never suspected it.
That was a round full of headshots. As pistol rounds often are, Envy, they love themselves in pistol rounds. They've won both pistol rounds now in this game of Inferno. Normally that bodes well for a team. Of course, economy has changed since we used to say that more often. And maybe they can make it work for them. It's their turn to go for the comeback. Got SMGs on deck, Ryan with the AK-47, but double MAC-10s for Legia and Calix, so they will be the information men. They'll be the people who can take the risks. We'll see if they deploy most of their grenades before taking said risks. Don't want to die with a full grenade set if you are trying to find out if a site has been stacked. Apartment's always a dangerous position for an anti-ecoing team to be in. Legia will get taken out. Case in point. Daps now with the MAC-10, but there is a creeper behind him quite quietly. In the meantime, they'll be distracted by all the noise in lane.
Daps throwing a lurk smoke. Not often you see the CT throw the lurk smoke from the apartments. Doesn't really amount to much, but at least he has gotten rid of the smokes, not something that they can collect. So yeah, Envy have won 4 of 4 pistols, I guess, now in this series. I think they won both on Train 2.
Nifty with a 4K in that round. Pad the stats, baby. Get them eco frags. Calix 16 for 10. He leads the charge on the scoreboard. Kusa just behind him, 15 for 11. And maybe Calix can extend his lead now, as it looks to be a USP round for Gen.G. They wait for the rifles to come. But Daps has picked up 2 flashbangs, and as we can see, the entire Gen.G squad are going for a burst play on Banana. There'll be a Molotov towards the car, though, so they'll have to wait. A nice HE over the top, so there's plenty of activity given by Envy towards Banana, but it seems to go to bait there and head towards A.
Here goes Calix with the MAC-10. He's going to be a happy chappy with all the money that he's going to be printing with this money maker. Just a slow but sure defeat in this round for Gen.G.
Death by paper cuts. Slow and painful. Frustration. It's a deep smoke rather than a short one, so isolate automatic, because he wants that bonus money, Dan.
Yeah.
He wants that bonus cash.
He certainly does.
Daps hiding from the nuclear apocalypse. Behind some wooden barrels. We'll see if it saves him.
Maybe it will.
I presume there's BM chat. Those ticks, one can only imagine what is being typed. I feel like those are binds, because they're just like tick, tick, tick. Definitely. I wonder how many pro players have BM binds.
Right.
To just spam the chat with.
Yeah.
The toxic pug binds.
I actually don't know if there's any rules, if any tournaments have rules on that.
I most certainly hope not.
Because I know in StarCraft in Korea, there was like, they were super strict on it. You actually, the only thing that you're allowed to write was like GG. Basically. That was like all you're allowed to write. So if you write anything else, doesn't matter what it is, it's like considered BM, and you can actually be penalized for it. That's my, according to my memory, I'm pretty sure that's accurate. Please tweet me if I'm wrong. StarCraft.
According to my memory, these are facts. It's a great sentence. 10-8 for Gen.G, and now Envy are on the bye with some shortcomings. We have Legia with a UMP, but the score's pretty close. It's pretty close now, so maybe they can do something. Again, they're playing against a clean record here for Gen.G, 100% on Inferno in the last 3 months. There's a HG off the side wall, does 0 damage somehow. Legia now leading the charge. He'll take the risks with the UMP. Blind though, he decides against it, goes back, and now there's carnage.
Some potential there with the spray, but yeah, interesting decision making. Decisioning, I made a new word, James.
Decisioning according to my memory.
Yeah.
Kusta and Daps are alone now. 2 versus 4. I don't know what else they can do here, really. Yes, some players are tagged, but all opportunities to win the round have come and gone.
So this is really interesting because Gen.G's first proper buy here, normally what you're going to see is you're going to see a team prioritize having utility. And given that close to medium ranges on this map are really, it's mostly close to medium ranges, the SMGs have huge value. So if you're playing UMPs and MP9s, they're actually really good on Inferno on the CT side. And that if you buy those, they're so cheap, you can have a full set of nades with it. So that's normally what you'd see a team do. And with those nade sets, they'd actually be able to fight for banana control. But you see what Gen.G did was they opted to go for M4s instead. So they had almost no utility to play with. And they decided to kind of stack towards the A site, leaving one player on B. So it's a huge gamble, basically. They're hoping that for whatever reason, Envy don't run a default, that Envy for some reason just would instead start the round towards A, because otherwise that will just happen fairly reliably, I would imagine. So good call by Envy, playing it by the book, and the book treats them well. Some more nades here for Gen.G. What will they do with them? 3 towards banana to get that initial control.
Okay, more passive approach to Gen.G, at least early on here towards top mid. You can see Nifty creeping, yearning for some kind of engagement. Quick rotation from Automatic as they realize there may be danger towards the A-bomb site. Smoked off from all the choke points, smoked off, flashed off. Smoked up, maybe scoped out when the Kriegs come. Dare Nifty creep through the smoke. This is a very interesting engagement. Oh, Kusa's got to run straight past. He can raise the alarm. He's got 2 targets though. He's got a 180 for the transfer. There are CTs all over the place, but that's plenty of information for his team. That's now creeping out from the pit. Taking Calyx out 3-on-3 around the A-bomb site though. Bentet's on a late rotation with the MP9.
Oh, really fast switch up here towards the B-bomb side. Let's see if Gen.G read this. So far, they still don't have any idea that this could be a possibility, it seems. Finally, Bentet's starting to wonder. He's starting to walk back, but he's still looking towards the speedway position. And now they know the smoke going down. The rotation comes through with Som as well. This is going to be tough, actually, to retake this. This is a great call from Envy on the fly. This is going to be a tough retake. They do have smokes. They can put the retake smokes down. Smoke off banana.
Daps is on the longest rotation of all time. He's only now leaving the A-bomb site. Som has a kit, which is something. Maybe that buys Daps a few seconds for rotation. Really looking for he's convinced that there's someone flanking. Leggy now creeping out. Just a dry peek. I don't know about his teammates. Ryan falls to the flames now. This is disastrous for Envy. They can't trade. It's only Mihu. What happened there? That was the driest of peaks, man. There was no lotion, just Jacob's crackers that.
I don't know, man. I don't know how that works out for Gen.G. That's pretty amazing. What a retake. Envy. Oof. I liked what Nifty was doing, by the way, for those of you that remember this whole crazy situation before that. Nifty was actually kind of poking, like trying to move into the smoke. I think he suspected there was a CT there, and he wanted to move into the smoke far enough that he wouldn't come out the other side, but also see if he was getting blocked. Because then he could actually be able to just shoot the smoke, if you have a suspicion someone's there. So that just didn't work out for them. That's crazy. And that's how the streak gets broken. But Gen.G have to continue. Otherwise, their money's going to get ruined. If
you've ever tried to eat a pack of crackers with no water, that's how dry that peak was. It was parched. We've got a 2-man swing now from Gen.G all the way down mid, and they'll have to smoke, maybe for defense. Both choke points. That is a very strange situation in mid. The bomb in second mid, and Kusa just going through. He does that with an AWP as well. Absolutely fantastic. How do you call this if you're Envy?
That's so sick because it's, oh my god, so these pushes, these aggressions are so well timed. Nifty, oh god, almost got awkward. Kusta will get knifed indeed. Nifty will avoid the awkwardness.
It's almost like they've switched sides now.
Yeah, pretty much. Bomb has been collected as well. I don't know that the CTs have any knowledge of this, so this is getting really weird now because, as you mentioned, the positioning here for both. I mean, Daps' position, this is key. Having someone really deep on the bomb site is how you can make up for not having any info around the A side of the map. And I don't know which way this is going to go. Will they be able to spot for it? Daps' position is kind of designed to not be spotted until the very last second.
This is so strange. We've got Automatic flanking. for the French-Canadian. C'est bizarre. Nifty gets taken out, and Calix in quick succession. Gen.G just throwing puzzles, throwing puzzle boxes at Team Envy, and they just can't solve them.
I just love that swing from Kusing. And see here, he swings through this smoke, and then automatic peaks. They're focusing on automatic at first, then Kusa surprises them because you don't expect it to be the guy from the smoke that swings, and then obviously after the attention's on Kusa, then automatic swings. So it's like actually so impossible to deal with.
Yeah, and how do you even call that from Envy's position when those peaks come out? It's everyone's just shouting mid. There's not much you can really do with that information if that's the case. 3-round lead now for Gen.G as they look to 2-0 Envy after that long comeback on Train. Big opportunities lost there by Envy when they had a chance to take that one. And maybe once this game is done, they will lament those opportunities yet more. Everyone alive for the time being. Some basic pop flashes to swing top banana. Check sandbags, nobody's there. Now, what is the next stage here for Envy? A minute 20 on the clock. They've got Mihu and Legia towards the apartments. So they've taken top banana. They will clear what they can of the apartments. Daps has an off angle, as you can see. I think he's sitting on the rail as well. Ooh, he's behind the rail. That's dirty.
So Gen.G have info top mid, so they may be a little bit concerned, or they might start getting concerned about banana if there's no top mid take soon. And it's hard to read, I think, here right now for Gen.G exactly what's going on. But again, they haven't really committed to a top mid take, so you can see there's Kusa's falling back ever so slightly towards Speedway. Ooh, this is going to be really strong. This B attack that's being formulated. Envy have pressured A enough that Gen.G don't really know what's going on. Here's another info play from Kusa, top mid, but it's too late. Here comes the push on B. It's just too late to rotate the bomb site. Anchors have to hold it down, but they get absolutely wrecked.
Kusa makes his way over, but you can see that there's not much movement from Gen.G on the A bomb site, so I think he is just trying to maybe make it expensive, maybe contain. He's got $1,600 in the bank and a Krieg in his hand, so ideally he'd want to hold on to this, but he's going deeper. But again, Gen.G are not rotating from the A bomb site, so I do wonder what the intention is here. Of course, he gets taken out and he's lost a lot of money now, so that'll make things more difficult for them going forward. Legia still creeping. He wants to make it even worse. Creeping like DDK in a toilet roll section of CVS.
Yeah, when you
just
pause,
creeping.
When you paused after toilet, I'm like, where is he going with this?
Like, do I go toilets or do I go full sanitation? I'll go with the toilet roll.
So many ways. I mean, I just don't know what to expect from him.
Rumor has it that Dan was escorted out of Trader Joe's this morning, trying to buy all the toilet roll. Please, sir, will you leave the store? Envy make it to 10. Now, Gen.G have a little less to play with. They are going for a buy, though, so I do wonder what the plan was there with Kusta pushing towards the B bomb site.
Yeah.
He's got a FAMAS instead of a Krieg, man.
Yeah, I know.
He's got a French gun out.
But the other situation there as well, you know, saw Envy created the timing because Gen.G didn't know how to read the rounds, and they just didn't know what seeing nothing top mid meant in that situation. So no preparation on B. And here's Nifty going up mids, trying to hold things down aggressively. And speaking of which, look at that. Double peek here from Automatic and Bentet. Good support. The rifle is trying to really make this one worthwhile. Big kill, big control.
There was a FAMAS earlier, now there's an M4, so I'm a bit confused as to what happened there. Maybe some money was wasted, I don't really know, but CTs will be falling back now around B. Bentet will get taken up by Nifty. Automatic has a lot to do now. Sees a jump peak, but surely, he's not expecting the boost, and Ryan's going to take him out. We've got problems for Gen.G. Envy are closing in on them. 4 versus 3 now, and maybe they've got to give up on this one as well, Gen.G. They are closer to the bomb site, though. We've got Daps now with some hopeful sprays, but Nifty with the most disgusting shot of the day, straight through the smoke, straight in the face, and this round is surely over.
Yeah, this has to be the turning point right now, and again, you know, Gen.G, it started off really well, but you know, it felt like they were trying to take too much after that point. They got that 5v4, they had top banana control still, and you know, we could see that they were staying out there. Now, of course, you know, you have the situation where Automatic was scoped in, and so after they lost Bentet, Automatic couldn't actually fall back anymore because the T's had forward enough positions that they would have been likely able to punish him. So in that situation, he's thinking, I need to buy time for my teammates to rotate. Number 1, Daps was coming. 2, I have to at least get 1 kill because they will push at some point. It's just a case of getting the kill when they do. So he was not able to do that. Credit to Envy and how they played it. They got that player on the half wall, and the swing against the scope worked out. And Envy, with that, as I mentioned, it's a turning point. They've broken the money now.
Big frag from Nifty, and then Automatic was just at a point of no return, basically. It's the best of the options he had available to him. But that's a nasty one. Just punishing the tracers. Every third shot fires a tracer unless it's a silenced weapon. And when you're so close to a smoke, it means that the punish will be more accurate. Just aim at the tracers and you're good to go. You see some frustration now. The gap is closed to 1. Envy have some momentum. Things start again. No more AWP for Gen.G. The M4s and a rifle on Daps. MP9 on Daps, sorry.
So you can see the deep smoke not really working out with the Molotov getting placed there, so that's good stuff for Envy. That's going to benefit them. Envy can have the full run of the map right now if they want, because Banana's for free. And they've got so much time. They're going to walk Daps here. Daps is close to the MP9. That's a good gun for this. Let's see what he can get. Oh, just the one, but Automatic gets a frag.
That's the bomb, though. It's the bomb spotted, and it's jumping into the balcony position. Automatic is indeed here, but he needs to buy time for his teammates, but he can't. Because he takes one in the face. That is some dental surgery he didn't ask for. 3 versus 2 now. Gen.G feeling the brunt of things on their CT side. And it seems they will go for this one. Big grenade onto Legia, leaving him with 24. But Calix, he has an angle, but the smoke takes it away again. Some goes down eventually. Bentek now 1 versus 3. And Calix is there again.
I'm getting worried for Gen.G right now, James, because it's looking like they don't have anything any legs to stand on here. They're not able to take banana control efficiently, firstly, and so that's an issue. And then secondly, Envy are getting, because of that, so much control around the map, and they're hitting their entries, their coordination's looking good, and Calix is really going off this series so far. Oh my god, he's 24 for 13, Nifty is also 20 for 10. They are hitting hard right now, and Gen.G are finding it difficult to assert themselves individually on this game, and they're just always reacting. That's a problem.
I think Ryan was complimenting his teammates on the communication in that round in a very aggressive manner with some F-bombs. Kusta now up close to the Deagle, doesn't see anything of anyone, and he's gone. 5 versus 3. 3 Deagles remain, one of which is on the A-bomb side. Calix looking 2 ways. Thought maybe he went down there. Daps with the CZ, can't get anything done. It's a very expensive grenade knife for a 17-year-old, that. Som now with the Deagle versus 5. We'll see if he can take anything away. Might have to just wait for someone to try and exit. Maybe creeps up the balcony, tries to shoot people. He doesn't have too much to lose here. I mean, he doesn't want to lose his Kevlar ideally, but risk reward and all that. Envy are about to take the lead. I don't think I saw this one coming, Dan.
No, not did I. I actually expected Gen.G to have a pretty good CT side and that Envy would be struggling here, but it's not the case. And as I say, you know, it feels like there are some fundamental things that kind of have to change here for Gen.G to turn their fates around. And the problem is that sometimes you just don't have the fix during the game. Sometimes you don't have that. So we'll see whether or not they're able to solve the issues that they're having. And again, it's never the answer on Inferno to play really passively when things are going wrong. You have to have information. Otherwise, you're just always in the dark. You're always gambling, and you're just at the mercy of the other team at that point.
Envy in the lead. They've been here before, though. 13 rounds versus Gen.G, as they were on the previous map, and they were unable to convert it in normal time or otherwise. Maybe a chance to redeem themselves. Maybe you do it the other way around. Again, Gen.G 100% at the moment on Inferno, but perhaps that will change. 2 AWPs out, Som and Automatic with the snipers this time. And Molly, and he'll go ahead of Mihu. He sees the backpack, he's got the spray now, and Kusa gets taken out. No response. Automatic behind the smoke. But he could just about make a connection with the USP. Mihu and Nifty very low, but they're still alive.
Yeah, going for that B split now. The Beast player is trying to slow down the attack from Banana, but is so committed and just not working out. They knew that they had to get the kills before the CT, the T's coming from CT would actually make their way there. Mega's going to get a plant as a save, and oh my god. The crazy thing is that if the Gen.G B defenders didn't have to worry about the 2 players coming up top mid, let's say the USB bullets connected and then those players died, they wouldn't have taken those fights as aggressively, and so then the round could have looked completely different. So it's insane that it can come down to stuff like that, but Envy about to move to 14. Can they keep these guns in their hands? Look like they should be able to. Gentleman's agreement. Real gentleman here. Gentlemans.
Thank you for that, Dan. Calix 26 for 13, heading towards the 30 bomb. He's had quite a lot of multi-frag rounds, I feel like, in this game so far. I think Som had some difficulty seeing the players through the Molotov fire there. I think there's been a call to try and remove the amount of smoke above a Molotov for vision purposes. I definitely agree with that. It's really annoying, but as you can see with this peak, I feel like if we could see a player there, he was taking a shot a lot earlier. A tactical timeout now from Gen.G as this is slipping away from them. They must be proud of their record, even though it's a relatively short one here on Inferno, 100%. But they don't want to let it slide now versus a very vocal Envy. Ryan has a lot to say in these games.
It's really powerful to have a record like that on a map because, you know,
it's intimidating.
Yeah, it is intimidating. It impacts future vetoes, you know. So it is really cool to build a legacy like that. Obviously, you know, there's that dynamic then in the future where you can actually stop practicing that map and just kind of like gamble and maybe people won't pick it against you as much.
He's looking at a cheeky smile afterwards. He's loving the BM. But has he got any more left in him on the server at the very least? 14 to 12 now. Envy in a driving seat. 5 rounds in a row. And indeed, Gen.G have looked somewhat lost on the CT rounds of late. Automatic going for something aggressive, but a long position is where he will fall from. Ryan way ahead of him.
James.
Big risks taken. And they failed.
There's a P90 and an auto shotgun in this round.
They must have pressed auto buy. It's like an auto buy fun round for Gen.G, surely.
Oh no.
Someone's got a P90. What's going on there?
That's so weird.
I only use the P90 in danger zone.
This is rough, isn't it? Okay, well, we get a flash for Som. He's going to get forced back. The timing just bad.
They're being victimized, Gen.G. They're being victimized, Dan.
Yeah, Bentet, he wanted to swing here, but that flash kind of prevents him from doing so. Oh, the tracers. Oh, it's a cheeky kill.
Oh, he's waiting for that default plant. HE grenade, but he realizes it's a different angle. Ooh, landed on his face. It's like a pile on Jason.
All right.
With a shotgun. He's far away. Has he picked up an AK? He has.
If Kusa can win this 1v1, the retake's on. But Nifty has... It's best Nifty's got an AWP against Kusa's AK. That's just never happening, surely.
Oh, the flash kind of did the job, but I think the opportunities have come and gone now.
Exits.
It's time to back away, get your moonwalk on, and move away.
You're right, though, James. They were here before, and I don't know if they were giving... I feel like we have less reason to believe, though, that Gen.G will make this comeback happen. I feel like their records on this map and also in maps dropped in their tournaments is about to be smashed here by Envy. This big sledgehammer is coming out.
Yeah, maybe we will get to see Mihi on Mirage CT side. I think he'll come to life there if it comes to that. That could be a problem for Gen.G, or maybe I'm overhyping things. Time will tell if we do get there. Envy now with game point once again. Can they convert it this time on Train, on Inferno, unlike Train? That's what I meant to say. Both teams have plenty of grenades. We've got more rifles now, no more shotgun or P90 nonsense. I guess they're giving themselves 2 bites of the cherry. With that bite, Daps with the MP9 is the only shortcoming, but he's no stranger to that, and it is a useful weapon.
So they got some good damage with those initial banana grenades, but they're going to go for an explosion on the B-bomb side. Are they ready for this? I don't know. This is going to be really hard for Bentet, standing in the flames. It will go down, the smokes drop. That's going to create problems. Bentet with 3 now, looking for more as he swaps out the gun, and they're trying to find him, and he's just dodged them in the smoke, just juking. And this is going to be problematic here for Nifty, just going for the fake plant. Bentet, he's got his attention on Nifty, and he's going to get himself a 4th kill. Mihu's far away, so the ace will be denied, but who cares about the ace? Because you know what, he's done such good work here, and Mihu will get finished off.
Excellent work by Bentet. Problem is, Envy have been losing money by winning rounds. Nifty's with $16,000 in the bank. They'll have no issue buying in this round or the next. The Bentet movement switches out for an AK-47, dances past the smoke, just disappears. David Copperfields, and he comes out of the coffin to take Nifty out as well. Emotionless. Game point again for Envy. They can still do this. Again, as I mentioned, they've got plenty of cash. Not many pistols upgraded, I don't think, but it might not matter. We'll have to wait and see. Nifty looking for something mid. Early smoke grenades, Kusta boosted, and when you throw something in like this in a late game, this can completely catch people off guard and just ruin everything. So we'll see if that happens later.
So more banana control here for Gen.G. That's good for the time being. Ryan's keeping some harassment towards that position just to make sure that the CTs don't think that it's free to cheat a player over, but they will regardless. And here comes the top mid take. Kisser on the boost here. He's so important. He's so important. He's got to get kills in this position. He gets nothing.
Oh my god.
The entry kills are devastating. Som will deliver something through the flames. And speaking of which, Calyx goes down in said flames. Daps is doing damage. Suddenly, only 2 remain for Envy.
Boy, how this has turned around. We have a potential flank here from Ryan, who's also secured the B bomb site. But the problem is Mihu's got the bomb in the balcony position. Now, Daps has been taken out. Not sure if he saw the bomb. I don't know which way he was facing, but this is getting super weird now. We've got automatic rotating away. There's no movement from Ryan, though. Mihu's stuck now. He's actually trapped himself with the bomb, surely. He's jumped on the box. That might be the saving grace. Now Ryan's on the way. They've got 30 seconds to get a kill here, to try and secure the round a little bit better. Automatic now realizing, why isn't the bomb being planted? Surely it's because of Ryan. Ryan is somewhere. He's trying to find us somehow. So Automatic looks behind him. He's very aware of what could be going on now. 20 seconds as Ryan creeps towards the site. He'll see that no one's in library. Does that play into things later on? It looks like he's going to have an off angle. He's convinced he hears the scope. He's got the information now. Mihu just has to not move on the site. Hiding in plain sight. Molotov into balcony. Everything is going perfectly in the short term for Envy.
Yeah, it really is. And there's a bait as well. Oh, automatic. He realizes it and he gets the shot too. Oh, just such a close miss on the second player. Oh, Mihu. That looks so crazy, James. I didn't think he was going to get that. It was looking like the whiffs were there, but Envy will secure it this time, 16-13, and the Inferno streak has been broken. Gen.G's undefeated LAN record has now been broken.
That was a wild last round. The game sense for Automatic. Give him one bit of wrong information and it might cost you, but he was able to clutch that one in the end. We are going to a third map. We are going to Mirage. That's coming up after the break.